Guys, my fidget cube is in. This is amazing. I wish I had this as a kid. And also my coffee burr grinder's in. It's currently drying right now, so I'll probably make a loaf tomorrow. All right. Got a bit of news and a bit of ranting. News first. Let's see. Democratic mayors of New York, Chicago, Denver plea for help as migrant storm worsens. Where? Oh, I do have a soundboard. Oh, cry me a river. Let's see. Democratic mayors of three sanctuary cities, Chicago, New York City, and Denver, warned their metro areas are quickly approaching a breaking point due to ongoing surge of illegals bust up from the southern border this year. This is more or less just this is just more of the same of stuff we've seen already and stuff. But this is always a little it always tickles my heart every time I see the not in my backyard gang throw a shit fit after virtue signaling for years, and then suddenly it's like, oh, there's consequences to my actions. Well, shit. Yeah, one little point from this article that I actually did latch on was they're pissing and moaning about the situation at the border and stuff, but they are saying in terms of like they're blaming like Texas, like they're blaming like the governor of Texas, but not actually Biden, who said come one come all the instant he was in power. Yeah, it's just it's so fucking stupid. I can't even. I can't even. It seems that Democratic mayors of some sanctuary cities were virtue signaling all along. Who could have foreseen this? They now face the reality of a migrant crisis consequence of their own party's failed progressive border policies. What a mess. And I just noticed that my model is spazzing out. Oh, VTube Studio, why are you spazzing? Calibrate. There. That's a little better. Not much better. Still there. No matter how many times I tweak the goddamn VTube Studio settings and stuff, it always finds a way. Technology, much like life, finds a way. In this instance, it finds a way to piss me off. Whatever. No one's watching the screen. You're all here for my dulcet tones. Let's see. Chicago City blocks effort to allow citizens to vote on sanctuary city status. Okay, I did for once put a couple articles back to back, specifically for this topic. I thought about it at the time. Okay, so we know the migrant hullabaloo is pissing off the non-backyard people right now, and the city governments are going so far as to like stop the voters from voting on any actions or resolutions to actually deal with the problem, because their elected officials, like their mayors and shit, the people they elected, cause these problems. And as much as I rag on the commonality of humanity, that is stupidity, it's like even like the mayors know it's like shit, if we allow this to actually go through, then we're fucked. So they're doing everything they can to stop the people, the quote unquote people that they're supposed to represent and supposedly are champions of, given how they're all fucking hardcore communists at this fucking point. It's like, we're for the people, we're for the workers. The instant they say boo, yeah, suddenly the tune changes. Let's see. The council voted down an effort to allow voters to decide on whether Chicago should remain a sanctuary city. The measure was defeated 16 to 31. It's like, damn. It's like they know if they allow this shit to go through, they're going to get lynched. But they're going to get lynched come the next election cycle because people are just going to be so fucking pissed. If they get voted back into office, then it's one of those things. Like it's like if you vote them back in, well, that's on you. It's like you put your head in the sand and you didn't want to, deal with the consequences of your action. Well, fuck it, you deserve each other. I say this as I'm ruled over by Castro Jr., but I digress. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I like this point. Notably, much of the protests have come from traditionally black precincts, which where locals are fed up with the increasingly crowded conditions for schools and diversion of resources. Yet, 8 aldermen for those precincts voted to kill the proposal. It's like, so the diversity hires, in this case, the diversity electorates, the instant they, I forget what the concept is, but you use the ladder and then you pull up the ladder behind you because like fuck those guys. Was it like the crab? I think it's called the crab bucket mentality or something like that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna better myself and then fuck the rest of you. Oh shit. But yeah, but most of the stuff is shit we've seen before and stuff because like tales of old time, like the immigrants who came in like legally, like the first generation, and dare I say sometimes even the second generation, still have enough like we came here for a reason. It's like fuck off. It's like we put in the work, fuck you. Like I'm a spiteful individual, and when shit like this happens, I would be a spiteful asshole. It's like, and I can only imagine. Oh. Yeah, see how that turns out. Okay, this here gave me a chuckle. Kansas school approves a Satan club over objection of students and parents. So that makes me wonder who wants it. I'm thinking some of the teachers. I'm thinking some of the teachers want this to happen so they can increase their influence when it comes to subverting the youth into all this, degeneracy that we see nowadays. This isn't that far long after the Satanism statue in that I forget where it was, but the one we covered the other week, a couple of weeks ago. Let's see. High School Satan Club will now be included among extracurricular offerings at Olathe Northwest High School in Kansas. Of course, it's fucking Kansas. After the school district gave the green light for its creation. Let's see. The petition to stop the club has garnered more than 7,800 signatures. Okay, I'm actually staring. I don't know why I had the thought. Let's see. At the time of publishing, it's like blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Yeah, here's an important point, though. It seems we lost this round, and I don't agree with it, but consider this as within their First Amendment rights in our Constitution for them to assemble. Yes, however, I am a proponent of the concept of the separation of the church and state. You would avoid this problem in its entirety of just having no religious clubs. Because here's the linchpin. This high school already has a Christian club. So if you have a Christian club, the Supreme Court is going to tell you, if you can have a Christian club, you can have a Satan club. I would argue you should have neither. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't care. The solution for this is easy, but no one wants to take the easy solution, which is just have neither. But I don't know. I don't have kids, and I don't have skin in this game, so whatever. Little tangent on Satanism on the rise, and we've been kind of noticing this here for a while now, of like, huh. I grew up on the Satan Panic back in the 80s and 90s. Like I went through like the heyday of Satan Panic, and it's kind of weird that back then it was a whole lot of nothing. It was literal nothing. But here, there's actually shit going on. You're not really, other than these like little corner case articles that we find, just because they're amusing and interesting. But other than these little things, it's like there's actually stuff going on, but you're not hearing a lot of brouhaha like back in the day. But then you have shit like where you're having like Satan displays in like government buildings, and you have Satan clubs in schools. It's like, I went through hell as a kid and a teenager, and then this shit happens now? I feel slighted. Fucking punks. Let's see. The Satanic Temple, which claims to be a non-theistic religion, celebrated Kansas Club approval December 26th. Facebook post. What, didn't have the balls do it on the 25th? Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I like the ending bit here. One of the messages from the promoters of these clubs is that we are not actually promoting Satanism. We are here to encourage religious liberty, freedom of thought. Noted one of these people. But here's the thing I kind of agree with. And in my opinion, it's like Chairman Mao saying he's founding a communist club, not to promote communism, but to explore different theories of economics. Right. It's absolute nonsense. And you need to be aware of it. I agree. Let's see. I'm still following this because I find it interesting. Venezuela launches 5,000 plus troop exercise in response to UK warships approach. I didn't cover the UK warship approach. So a little while ago, due to escalating issues with the Venezuela Guyana thing, the UK did a boat drive by like what the States is doing right now in the Strait of Hormuz, but in this case it's on our corner of the Atlantic. But the UK did a drive by just to say like, hey, we're watching, don't you start shit. And it looks like Venezuela is Venezuela in its perpetual little dick energy. It's like it's all a Twitter, a fuzzle, a kerfuffle over the thing, and looks like they're trying to flex their military might, and saying like, no, we can totally fight. Let's see. Britain previously said it would dispatch the HMS Trent near Guyana on by December's end as a significant show of support for the government in Guyana's capital, Georgetown. On concerns of Nicolas Maduro would make moves to claim the vast, mineral-rich Essequibo. I haven't actually watched or listened to anything, so I'm not sure how to pronounce this shit. Sorry. Which borders his country, but has been part of Guyana, a member of the British Commonwealth, and the only English-speaking nation in South America for more than a century. Yeah, which is kind of fun. Okay, it's kind of funny for me right now because you have Argentina right now. As much as I like the guy and stuff, he's rabble rousing the perpetual thing that is the Falkland Islands right now, and the UK is like, no, that's ours. And right now with Venezuela going to start shit in Guyana and stuff, so it looks like the UK is starting to flex their muscle in South America again, which I find fascinating. It's just like, wow, we have nations invading sovereign nations, and it's like, and we have like like the major global powers are moving their chess pieces around the board right now, and like, and yet people still say that we're not in World War III. I've said it before and I'll say again, the nukes don't have to fly for it to be World War III. There just has to be global conflict. There is global conflict right now. Not the war and terror global conflict. It is nations versus nations conflict. Goddamn. But that's a ramble for another time. Let's see. Let's see. On Wednesday, Venezuela forces were placed in high state alert following reports of British warship moving toward the coast. Let's see. Yeah. I find it interesting, and I'm going to continue following it as the situation develops. Okay, this here tickled my funny bone. First Costco, now Walmart. Major retailers now offer gold bars. User report that Walmart is the latest major retailer to offer a variety of gold products in its online store. This comes several months after membership-based wholesale retailer Costco began selling 1-ounce gold bars. Walmart is selling gold and silver. Are you awake yet? This is a financial change, one ex-user said. I agree. I mentioned this exactly when I covered the Costco selling gold bit a while back. Yeah, it's mostly just Twitter posts, so. Okay, so Walmart appears to be getting on the precious metals action following Costco CFO Richard Galante's comments earlier this month about incredible gold bar demand among consumers. You probably read about the fact we're selling 1-ounce gold bars. We sold over 100 million of gold during the quarter. That's nothing to sneeze at. And he continued, when we load them gold bars on the site, they're typically gone within a few hours. Costco and Walmart's gold rush comes as gold prices have soared 14% since early October to new record high of 2088. Couldn't be 14, but it would be a record high if it was. Let's see. Gold strength has been underpinned by traders. No shit. But I don't know. This is clown world / gold news, and I'm all about the gold news because that's the commodity I've historically dealt with. So I find this interesting, and it's probably going to get a lot more wild before the end. Let's see. Okay, this is kind of more of a little essay and stuff, but it's gone over points we've discussed before, but it's something I agree with, and I will harp until the end of time. They're openly telling us they're going to brainwash the next generation of Americans. Yes. Award-winning journalist Alex Newman, author of the powerful book Deep State, is back from the recent so-called COP28 conference in Dubai. Newman continued to report the not-so-secret plan to destroy everything in America by pushing scams in the West in energy and education. And it's mostly stuff that I talked about when I was covering the COP28 conference at the time, and stuff in that, this kind of stuff, it's all about the powers that be virtue signaling, but also it's their time to get together and cut backroom deals and how to slice up the pie just that much more. Let's see. The thing that really jumped out at me with this whole UN COP20 summit, my big takeaway is they were talking about phasing out carbon emissions and phasing out fossil fuels, but that's just for the suckers in the Western world. Agreed. That's just the United States under Joe Biden. That's just for the European Union under their treacherous leaders. The communist Chinese, the Arab dictatorships, the Russians, and all the different socialist kleptocracies, they were literally making oil deals at the summit. And I did cover this. It's like literally Saudi oil barons were just, cutting business deals and telling the actual conferences, it's like, all right, guys, you can him and haw all about this here, but we're not going to play ball because fuck you. You're going to cut into our bottom line. So, take a hike. And that's what happened. And it was funny. Let's see. The Arabs, communist Chinese, and the globalists are laughing all the way to the bank. They're not really working on phasing out oil or phasing out fossil fuels. They're working on phasing out Western world. You are the carbon they want to get rid of, which is also known in Christendom as Christendom or the free world. Let's see. Okay, I like this part. I confronted multiple U.S. senators about this. I said, hey, the communist Chinese are bringing two new coal-fired power plants online every single week. The Chinese CO2 emissions are massively larger than the entire Western world combined. This is true. Are you saying we need to jump off the cliff and beg the Chinese to jump after us? And the response was basically, yeah, we are going to ask them real nice. He's like, give me a break. It's like, yep. They all understand this is a scam. They want to deindustrialize the Western world. They want to shift economic and ultimately military power away from the United States and what used to be known as the free world towards the other pole in this multipolar world order that they are building, especially Beijing. The third world kleptocracies are going to play ball with the new world order. And this is fucking scary. Because, like, the powers that be, I know, I can't speak for the powers that be, but I know most of them don't really buy into all this communism shit. It's like back in the day, like the powers that be use religion, like religion to control the people. Nowadays, this is just the new religion, you know, like the climate death cult and all that shit. It is just literally the new religion, and the powers that be are going to do what the powers that be have always done and use that there as a tool to control the people. This is nothing new. It's fucking infuriating to see, you know, being a history nerd and shit, but it's just like, I'm not surprised. It's frustrating, but unless we Fed post all these guys, not really much is going to change, if I'm being honest. I don't know. As far as the actual brainwashing stuff, like we've covered the shit show that's modern education and how it's just all propaganda, all indoctrination. You know, like the leftist schools, all the SJW, you know, ESG, DI, all that. You know, like all the clown world bullshit is towards a purpose. It does serve a purpose, and it does go towards an end goal. And goddamn. It's also tiring. Let's see. Apparently someone watching. Anyone want to say boo in chat? Or Discord? Let's see. Okay, this here was a little infuriating. Leftist politician in Germany says migrants are entitled to mass loot grocery stores. A shop owner in Germany was denounced as a racist for complaining about migrants mass looting his store, while a left-wing politician sided with the criminals, saying they were entitled to steal. And this is exactly what it sounds like. There's no sugarcoating this. Let's see, gross. I'm going to dwell on this one here because this one here is very symbolic of clown world. Grocery store manager Gatsky told Bild that the thieves who steal huge bags full of items are usually migrants, with around a third of them being Tunisian. During one incident at the Edeka supermarket in Rietberg, I can't pronounce shit at all today. Holy shit. A man stole 140 euros worth of goods, while the manager has also tried to stop thieves stealing groceries worth 300 euros. In the bags are spirits, vodka, liqueurs again. They're Muslims. Did they want to resell the alcohol? Asked the guy. What do you need 10 C-beams and so many shrimp for? Nobody steals that because they're hungry, he added. Gatsky noted that the culprits even steal shopping bags worth up to 250 euros. Man, plastic bags are expensive these days. Let's see. However, he was denounced as a racist for complaining about the mass looting and subsequently criticized the ferret Jesus Christ. Name your shit better. God damn. A member of the Berlin House of Representatives for the Left Party. Of course, it's fucking Left Party. Siding with the criminals, Kokak suggested the migrants were entitled to steal because the government wasn't giving them enough free money and welfare payments. The ball's on this guy. Excuse me. I would say that people get back what they're entitled to. One of the central problems is the authorities are overloaded and many refugees are not even paid what they need to live. Get rid of them. Problem solved. The leftists demanded that more migrants immediately be given work permits so that they can lead their lives independently. Cox's statement, I'm just going to call him Cox. Cox's statement is increasingly being rejected by ordinary Germans, however, with the country becoming the latest major European nation to begin openly talking about remigration. Anti-mass migration party AFD has also rapidly increased the support base despite attempts by the establishment to ban the party altogether in the name of democracy. I need a Tums because my reflux is going haywire. Oh. Munch. Okay. Meanwhile, in the UK, supermarkets are now having to employ people to stand at the exit and check receipts against shopping carts due to try to stem mass looting and their win for diversity. Cheekiness. Yes. I saw this before stream and it tickled me. Socialist protests erupt in Argentina as Milei implements austerity cuts. So the thing with this here is that the ANCAP president is going straight for the jugular when it comes to the government. And of course, all the socialists and communists, but I repeat myself, are in a tizzy because they're going after daddy government. Heaven for fucking bed. And ANCAP gets the power and does what he says he's going to do. Oh God, this is Argentina as of late is the gift that keeps on giving. You know what, Argentina? You're white in my book at this point. Oh God. I don't know. It's not really saying much, but I just thought that the mental image of a bunch of crying piss babies that want daddy government are throwing a shit fit when someone who knows what they're on about comes along and says, no, this is stupid, we gotta start curbing all this spending and get rid of all this shit. Long live ANCAP. It's like, Godspeed, good sir, Godspeed. Okay, this shit. Harvard academics were slamming scandal-plagued Claudine Gay long before plagiarism accusations. I'm not surprised. I'm more curious about the hush-up. Let's see, the Wall Street Journal just published a sympathetic piece on Harvard President Claudine Gay, painting her as the victim of a hit job by detractors who were skeptical of her work and qualifications, and who used her ham-fisted response to anti-Semitism on campus to pounce on Gay, who is both stunning and brave. I said before, and I'll say again: it's little things like this. It's little things like this why I like reading Zero Hedge. It's like these guys know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. they were. I can imagine that a lot of these like behind the scenes contributors in Zero Hedge were posting on image boards and forums with us. Like I know, like if Zero Hedge specifically, one of the contributors is Josh. Like Josh does have a few articles on Zero Hedge. Like, so this is kind of like our speed. Okay. Bluffing intensifies. From the time she began carving her path through the most elite private schools in the nation to the presidency of Harvard University, Claudine Gay earned plaudits and promotions. She also amassed detractors who were skeptical of her work qualifications and outraged by what they saw as political decisions she made as an increasingly powerful administrator. What a surprise. She was the gold standard until she injected woke politics into Harvard. Bird halfway down journal describes how for years people who identified themselves as academics had aired their resentments and grievances towards Gay on publicly accessible chat boards like Econ Job Rumors blog and Political Science Rumors, adding as Gay rose in prominence, the posts about her became more frequent and negative, but they also held some truth. And of course, we've had long since after that, we've had like nonstop confirmations of like, yeah, she plagiarized a shit ton of crap. So she lied, cheated, and stealed. Yeah, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Gonna call it a duck. What we've already covered. Yeah, more or less what we've already covered. But yeah, the fact that this is continuing, like she's still around for now. But the fact that this is kind of spreading out and getting more traction amuses me. And that's all I got for news. Boop. Boop. So, I have story time. So, I've been crunching out a bunch of geology webinars to get in my continued professional development hours in for the year. I don't have to actually file everything until like before the end of March, but for the sake of being on paper, I like to get it done in the year I'm reporting. So I'm hammering out a bunch of videos. Thankfully, at 1.5 to 2 times speed, because goddamn. Okay, so I had like 3 webinars back to back. I swear to God, every other word was ESG, DEI, equity, fuck, all the fucking goddamn buzzwords. Now, I had a little chuckle because I was like, some of these are old webinars, and I was looking at the dates on some of them, and a couple of them from like 2021, 2022. And some of them were talking about like COP 26 and 27. I'm just like, oh. And they were looking forward to COP 28 in a couple of these webinars, and I was just like, ha 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 ha. Oh, these hot takes. Some of these hot takes from these people aged like fucking milk, and it was hilarious. But as much as it amused me to see the hindsight thing, fuck, these people are insufferable. Like I actually quit out of a couple of those videos saying like, yeah, I watched it, air quotes, watched it. Got the gist of what they're harping on about as far as equity and stuff. And one of the common things they've come back to, I've noticed a repeating pattern in a lot of these webinars, is women in mining. There is nothing wrong inherently with women in mining. However, it'd be like if I were to have like a men in nursing. They exist. You don't have to fucking point it out. No one gives a shit. If you do the job, if you're able to do a job, you like doing a job, you want to do a job, you do you. Okay? You don't need to make a fucking movement out of it. No one gives a shit. All you guys are just a fucking bunch of like make work busybodies. And I was like, and in one of the webinars, the president of the Society for Economic Geologists in America sadly passed away. But before he passed away, he literally was the guy who created the DEI. Uh, he made a DEI board for the society. And I was just like, yep. A lot of these webinars show that there is, in fact, a DEI board or, like council or whatever right now. Because, goddamn, there's a lot of these. I'm claiming it for my hours. You can waste your time with this shit, and I'll pretend to listen to you while I'm playing my video games, but goddamn. But there were a couple of webinars that were on topic, and I say this like on topic, and actually talk about geology and stuff, because a lot of these webinars as of late, I've noticed, are more like the industry, forecasting predictions, and, societal obligations, and, the ESG shit. And it's just like, motherfucker, it's a scam. You want to waste your time on it? You do you. But I actually also watched a early career webinar, and they actually went over useful information for resumes and stuff, and I actually updated my resume because of it, and I actually swallowed my pride and did two birds with one stone kind of thing, and I updated my resume to have what I call it, independent content creator, because right now I have a several year gap in my resume because of getting laid off during the pandemic. So, and it's just like, shit, 4-year gap's not going to look good. It's like, what did I put here? It's like, hey, I've been doing content creation. Am I going to give them my channel if they ask? No. But technically, in one form or another, I have been doing content creation. No, I'm not going to just lie. I'm going to omit, obfuscate some of the truth. But it, in one form or another, it is technically true. And over the last 4 years, I have done, producing content in terms of either ship posts or actual streams. And some of it I have actually answered either on stream or privately, like actual geology questions, because for my continued professional development hours for the last God knows how many years, every year I actually do claim some of those hours, and they're never going to check on it because they don't fucking audit anything. So it's like, I swear to God, like these associations, the PGO, so the Professional Geoscientists of Ontario, the board I answer, like the association I'm a part of and stuff. I swear to God, there's like 5 people, and that's 5 people for hundreds to thousands. I don't know, thousands. Thousands might be a little strong, but at least hundreds of geologists and stuff. And I know they don't fucking audit anything because I never got audited. I say this and they're probably gonna audit, but whatever. It's one of those things. It's just like, you want me to go hunt down every little, because like all these conversations of me educating people on geology and talking about the business and stuff is just like, a little here, a little there, and it does add up and stuff. And I'm perfect, like as far as my conscience go, I'm perfectly okay claiming that shit as for development hours, because I really hate the way the development hour system works. So every year I have to report 30 hours of continued professional development. 20 hours of that has to be geoscience, 10 can be other. And it can't be any more, it can't be all in one category. It has to be at minimum 2 categories, I think. I think it has minimum 2, but I usually split it over 3. Because I can actually claim 1 hour by being a member of the PGO. I filled out 9 hours for geology of like just chatting with people and chatting with people in streams and stuff, like my geology talk. I doubt it adds up to 9 hours, but fuck it, just round out what I need to report. And the other 20 I do all these webinars I'm watching and stuff, because honestly all those hours do add up. and I'm just muscling through them right now, but goddamn, some of that shit is insufferable. I will say, however, as much as woke as the Society for Economic Geologists of America is, right now. So there are good people there because I actually do watch, like I do watch the Zoom call part of the VODs and stuff, and I without fail every single webinar I've watched where they had like the Q&A session with people and stuff, there's always one person, I swear to God, there's always one person who just rolls their eyes, and I know it's a subconscious thing. They're rolling their eyes whenever anyone's doing an ESG spiel, and it's fucking hilarious. I have yet to see anyone get called out for it and stuff, but I notice it, and it's fucking hilarious. It's a little bright spot in the darkness that is the ESG landscape in my profession. But seeing a guy or a girl roll their eyes at the latest claptrap is fucking hilarious. uh, oh god. Oh, and I was at the grocery store the other day, and I ran into an old coworker, and she asked how I was doing, and we exchanged pleasantries, and she was like, you should really reapply back for your job." And I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "Yeah." She didn't actually come out and say it, but I get the impression. I do talk with a couple other people from work still. And I've known this for a while, but it's kind of funny hearing it from this particular person in that they are hurting for people right now. So it's just like the instant I apply, I'm probably going to get in. So my resume is updated. I'll shoot it. I'll shoot it off. I'll shoot it off Monday. Gonna give it another revision and update my cover letter too. But that resume webinar was actually really good. I liked it because I remember watching another one a couple of years ago, and it was utter garbage. This one here, it was like two geology based HR ladies who work at placement companies, specifically geology placement companies and stuff. And these ladies have seen some shit, and they have no time for bullshit. they weren't diversity and inclusion chicks. They were like old school like HR ladies who were just like, "Look, we see hundreds of shit every day and stuff. You have to, it's like, stop writing paragraphs, bullet point, concise." It's like, the way I roll and the way I was brought up in this discipline is just like, you will be docked points. You will be docked points if you go over the word limit. And apparently some people are still struggling with that to this day. uh, uh, I don't know. I have good feelings. I have a feeling 2024 Clown World's going to go into hyperdrive, and global politics are going to go into hyperdrive. But me personally, I have a good feeling for 2024. I ain't all doomer. I'm going to be a bloomer. Because at the end of the day, that's my secret. I am not a doomer. I am a nihilist. A proper nihilist. I acknowledge that everything is pointless. And everything is shit. And I will continue to spite. I continue to exist out of pure, unadulterated, God bless spite. Oh, God. I was just going to say another geology story, but that would definitely hella dox me. Save that one for another day. Let's see. Almost at an hour. Okay. I'm still trying to. I am still currently trying to resolve my conflicted feelings over the fact that I've gotten back into Path of Exile. It's a good game. I wish it wasn't owned by Tencent. Oh, Grinding Gear Games, why did you sell out? God damn it. I still have fun. Let's see, playing games. Let's see, playing game done. Minecraft. Add a new template, because I'm not going to stop playing anytime soon. Yes, I've lost control of my life. Playing Path of Exile. Kind of curious how to format this. Copy, paste. Text lower. On. Okay, looks like that way. Cut. Yep, doesn't look any better. Okay. Ah, shit. Try this again. Copy. Paste. Now, I did a test of capture. For whatever reason, after the last stream, window capture grimmed on. Not grimmed on. Freudian slip. Path of Exile did actually work. Ooh, that looks loud. Orion, I need an audio check. Are your ears being raped? Oh, thank God! I fucking. Oh, I just had a heart attack. Oh, thank God! I blanked out my email. Okay, yeah, I remember doing that now. Woo. Be still married. A bit loud, yeah. Okay. Options. Option. I don't know. Historically, as far as the other games go, 30% seems fine. I just realized I'm level 69. Not for long. Cool. Oh God. I am in love with this. Okay. I'm in love with this fidget cube. Unfortunately, with my hand on the mouse, that means I can fiddle with it with my left hand. However, my left hand has nerve damage, and my hand being scrunched up playing with it is not really good for my nerve damage. My left arm, I have nerve damage in my ulnar nerve. That is the pinky nerve. And that's from I've isolated it. It's from my wrist up. So for the sake of not, waking up with my fingers curled like that one time, I need to consciously make the effort to make sure that my pinky and ring finger aren't curled up needlessly. So what I've just started doing right now with this fidget cube literally today is I got my arm resting on my desk and my fingers firmly planted on the table. But then that actually frees, keep my fingers straight. And now, I got my middle index and thumb are free to fidget with the cube. I love it. Man, I wish I had this thing as a kid. Holy fuck. I never had attention. I don't have ADD. I don't have AD. I have never been diagnosed for any mental thing. So, but me personally, I can tell you, I don't have ADD. I don't have ADHD. I have a little bit of OCD. And, this little fidget cube thing actually does scratch an itch because, I do legitimately fidget a lot. And you can also, you probably noticed this in my speech patterns, in that I'm not as bad as I used to be. When growing up as a kid, I was a horrible stammerer. I stuttered all the time. and it was really bad because with my East Coast Canadian accent and stuff, which is high tempo, which is, you know, fast talking. So a fast talking stammerer sounded like I was having a seizure all the time. It was like Porky Pig. It was like all the time. But I got better as I got older, and I definitely got better in university when I killed my accent for the sake of being able for people to understand me. No PCP, THC. I hate acronyms. At the end of the day, I legitimately do hate acronyms. But train of thought. Okay, so in university, when I killed my accent for people being able to understand me, my speech actually did improve beyond the accent part, but also because I talk slower and I enunciate my words better, and you know, people can understand me now. But I do have a little bit of a stammer from time to time, and it does crop up. It does crop up when I get excited. Not necessarily agitated, but when I get excited. So like when I get like really into a subject to talk about and stuff, I'll start going motor mouth, and then my motor mouth will start tripping over itself. It's like I don't think I'll ever get rid of that there, but trust me, I was really bad as a kid. I was really bad. It's you know, like I actually as a kid I was aware of you know, the Scat Man, you know, like his story and stuff, like how he was a stammerer and stuff, and he used that to his benefit to scat sing, but he actually did improve. Why am I going out? I have the waypoint. You know, that guy actually was a little inspiration. Like I don't get me personally, I don't get inspired by people that often and stuff, but sometimes I do, and it's usually over like the little things. It's not like, you know, like the great like movers and shakers of the world. It's like, no, it's usually like little personal stories of people that usually get me, you know, like you know, yeah, Mr. Scatman. It's like being a horrible stammerer and actually overcoming that. You know, it's little things like that. And that was personal to me because I was a horrible stammerer. And spoiler alert, I play Tech Class no matter what ARPG it is. I want my minion army, goddammit. That's how I roll. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow because by then my I got my fidget cube and my coffee grinder this morning at the mail and stuff, and I'm a good little boy, and I actually do clean my appliances before actually using them because most of that shit's made in China, and I don't trust anything out of China. So I make sure I clean everything before I actually use it, especially when it comes to food processing appliances. So all those parts are drying. That should probably be done by this afternoon, but I don't know. I'm really hungry today. I don't really have much of an appetite today. I'll make bread tomorrow. And actually, come to think of it, I've actually, over the last month or so, I've been refining my oat bread recipe, and like I wanted to increase the fluffiness of it. So since I don't use yeast, I use baking soda and vinegar, and I increased both, and there's always been an off taste. Well, no, I'm not, like, I don't drink coffee, so this burr grinder is literally just going to be for oats. It's going to be a one thing. That's the only thing I'm going to use it for. So there's no worry about that, but I will keep that in the back of my mind, thank you. But where's my train of thought? Oh yeah, so I wanted to make my bread fluffier, so I increased my the concentration of baking soda and vinegar, and the bread was always off. And I was figuring that it was the vinegar that was giving it the off taste. Because, you know, duh, vinegar. But in the last batch, I pretty much had like bare minimum vinegar just get a reaction, and it was still tasting off. So it's like, okay, so clearly at this point I was all this time putting too much baking soda. I was using too much baking soda. That was giving me the off taste. I was like, huh. Like, who knew? But I know better now. So instead of going balls out and dialing it up, I'm gonna go back to the original square one, retry the initial recipe, and then slowly creep up from there. Because the only thing I'm tweaking is the vinegar and baking soda for that, you know, the rising reaction. That's the only thing I'm tweaking, because at the end of it, it's still going to be my 3 cups of oats and my 1.5 cups of milk. Well, almond milk, but
too much clutter.
What can I do? I curse my ABS and its dietary restrictions. What am I doing? Normally I use my game board a lot, but that's being commandeered by the Fidget Cube right now, so I'm just mouse gaming right now. My sleep schedule has been a little wonky this week. Like I've been kind of like catnapping and breaking up my sleep, not on purpose, but my sleep schedule. I've been kind of like breaking up my sleep cycle, and like I'll sleep like 4 hours here, 4 hours there right now, and I really need to get back on track. I was just like one solid sleep. And right now I'm kind of just like I'm just kind of a zombie. So, any plans for New Year's? I'm just gonna do as I've always done and just stay home and take it easy. I usually Skype call my buds on New Year's. Well, in this case it'll be Discord call. I don't think any of us are using Skype anymore. Ooh. Oh shit balls. Okay, Fidget Cube goes down. I need my potion hand. Celebrating with friends, nothing big. Yeah. That's the way it should be. Should be just, yeah. That for me, that's what my thing for holidays has always been like for holiday celebrations and whatever stuff. It's just like low key, chill, just hang out. Just hang out. Doesn't need to be a big shindig. I never really been big about that. It's just like no, just quiet and comfy. Yeah. You know, like, duh to say I'm an introvert, like, duh. But it's just like, you know, they're you know, like, you know, quiet and comfy is its own quality. Get fucked, Scorpion. Get fucked. I say this, but as a caster, I usually get one-shotted. I'm starting to sink passive points into my defensive stuff, so you know, health and resistances. I'll say one thing about Path of Exile right now, because like last time I played, the item filter was a thing, but there wasn't a built-in. Okay, how do I phrase this? The game didn't have, at the time last time I played, the game didn't have a built-in default item filter file, so I had to make my own, which is what I did. But now, in the base game, there is a baseline default item filter, and that's what the item filter I'm running right now, which is default, and I don't know, does everything I want. You know, like they're like I still remember how to write it and stuff, and there's like more than one website where you can you know, pick your options, and it'll spit out a copy paste file for you to use. But you know, it's like I like default's fine, works. Got all I need for as far as you know, vendor trashing for chromatic and you know, max link items.
Too much clutter.
Yes, too much clutter. Yeah, enough room for boots. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know. I really don't know when I started playing. I don't think it was alpha. I'm pretty sure it wasn't alpha. And even when I stopped playing, I can't even remember when it was, because honestly, I could probably logically figure out when I stopped playing, because it was literally the day of the Tiananmen anniversary, and it was when Tencent transitioned over from 50% to 51% of stakeholder share. But as far as when I started playing, it was early on, but I don't think it was alpha. I'm pretty sure it wasn't alpha. But I effectively
Too much clutter.
Oh yeah, it was full. So I played fairly early on, and went quite a while, and then I quit. So coming back this time, I was like, oh, you know, like they updated like the models and image portraits for a bunch of items. A bunch of new mechanics are in, because you know, like, you know, the way Grim Dawn, I keep saying Grim Dawn, fuck my Freudian slips. Path of Exile, you know, like they have their ladders, and you know, they'll run a ladder, and if people like the new mechanic, they'll roll it in, because like where's these guys? This expedition, the Expedition League, that was after I quit, and you know, I like it. And then like the rogue mechanic, and you just rolling in these NPCs. But like I remember when I played and stuff, like the Masters, it was a totally different set of Masters, and I was like, hey, where are these people? I don't remember. It was like I know there's gonna be new people, but it's like, where's the old people? And then it's just like, oh, okay, they got phased out for the current match, and it's like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
In the Marraketh Desert, an oasis lies to the east. Its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm.
I like them.
The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army. An army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Marraketh will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, they have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse the storm.
Train of thought. So, yeah, like I've always I've been a ARPG guy since Diablo. Like Diablo and especially Diablo 2. That was my jam when I was a kid, teenager, young adult. And then after Diablo 2 ran its course, and I saw the writing on the wall for Blizzard. So I skipped out. I did not play whatsoever Diablo 3, and that was a good call on my part. And I don't know, like every Diablo clone since Diablo 2 never really did it for me until Grim Dawn and Path of Exile. Okay, Path of Exile, then Grim Dawn. So I played Titan Quest, I did all those other ones, and it's just like, yeah, okay, they're fine. But then Path of Exile came out. Like it was out for a little while when it was like I didn't play alpha, so I couldn't tell you what league I started on. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I almost said good name again. Path of Exile is a good game. Politics aside, at the time and to this day, the game itself is a good game. I will still go to bat that this is the best ARPG, the best Diablo clone there is. I love Grim Dawn because it's not owned by CPP, and it's a good game in and of itself too. But gun to my head, I like the game Path of Exile a hair more than Grim Dawn. Mostly because the passive skill tree is just God's gift to autism. The passive skill tree in Path of Exile, it's like building a magic deck. There's so many combinations and so many synergies, and you can just tinker around with it until the cows come home. It's great. And as far as the magic system goes, I played Final Fantasy VII to death. And the Materia system, which is what the gem system is in Path of Exile, is just a Materia system. It's a good system. I love the magic system. It is a good system. I just like the game mechanics. It's good. And the end game, and I love the end game for Path of Exile because you're just in the Atlas. You're just farming maps. You're just like non-stop random dungeons. It's great.
A traveler on the winds, Garo-Khan pridefully plundered the sky for its secrets. To her mind, wisdom could be found in the eye of a hurricane. Please understand that Garo-Khan is not an evil being. She was once my friend and companion. Her beauty astonished me as her aspirations inspired me. Yet I must forgo my sentiments for the sake of humankind. Like winds erode the sandstone, Garo-Khan has been warped by the same powers she enslaved. This is not my goddess that you shall slay. And and if I continue to say it, I might very well come to believe it.
I like
weep
sand.
for my poor Garo-Khan. Together we experienced the loftiest moments that this world could offer. Alas, it was my heavy heart that she could no longer bear. I knew her pride would one day be the storm that would ravage my precious humanity. In truth, it was for Garo-Khan that I sowed the dark ember within the depths of Highgate. When love cannot be slain, it must be laid down to sleep. It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I rose into the clouds and fell into the arms of their queen, the beautiful Garo-Khan. Now, if you think that mortal marriages are difficult to navigate, try an immortal one. We parted ways, yet not before my young queen of the sands was born into this world of filth and horror. Now you see how I must suffer for the sake of humanity, to lay mine own daughter upon the sacrificial altar. Farewell.
When I received my first flower of blood, I was given to the ritual of womanhood. All young Maraketh women have to dance with the scorpion to prove themselves worthy of carrying the Dakara's spear. It is no easy task to catch a black Maraketh scorpion. Their tails are swift, their stingers sharp, their poison lethal. I made my way through the trial unscathed, but my sister, we shared a womb, came into this world together. She left it, thrashing and foaming at the mouth. Since that day, I have slept with one eye open for fear of the scorpion's sting. And now Shakari, the mother of all black bugs, rises from the sands. Find that scuttling bitch and kill her for me and for every child, every little girl who has suffered and died by the barb of countless poisoned tails.
I mean, to think this chick is racist against black people. Or in this case, black scorpions.
What can we do for you?
Look me in the eye.
No, my man, I won't. Ah, shit. Did I? Yeah, I had a full inventory. Fuck. I got sidetracked. I like the story. As far as stories go, like I do like the Grim Dawn one because it's like a double whammy post-apocalypse, you know, like borderline steampunk, you know, kind of aesthetic flavor and stuff. I don't know, like you know, the lore and backstory of Path of Exile. I just like, you know, like back in the day, people could be gods. Some people became gods, and you know, like actual good level of Game of Thrones, you know, shit and stuff, and just like the ramifications throughout history of people and stuff. It's good. It's good stuff.
Blessings.
All right, vendor trash. Yeah, you got percentage. Lightning strike. Ooh. 7. Also 7.
Blessings.
I know nothing after Act 3. That was the end when I stopped. So, let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna speed run. So, Act 1, you know, you arrive. You go across the beach. You know, help that crew. You get to the jungle. You already went through that one. You go through Act 3. Okay. So Act 4. You get up where this place is, and then you go into the mountain. And you catch up with Malachi. You catch up with Purity. You beat the shit out of her. She joins your side. You guys bore into the beast. You take out Malachi. And then you go to Oriath. In Oriath. Let's see. Shit's going sideways because you killing the beast. You killing the beast. The beast was the source of all the virtue gems, like all the gems and stuff. But the beast's purpose was to put the gods to sleep. So the Black Angel guy I was talking with, Sin. Sin was like, okay, all the gods are a bunch of assholes and causing way too much trouble for humanity, and this shit is getting out of hand. So what Sin did is that he made the beast, and what the beast's purpose was to exist, and its existence and, you know, like its magic inherence and all that stuff. What the beast's existence caused the gods to fall asleep, and with the gods asleep, you know, humanity is free to thrive and be humans. But in Act 4, you kill the beast because Malachi, like the big bad lore guy, he was connected to the beast and was effectively going to become God. And so you kill Malachi, you kill the beast, problem solved. But because of that, you killing the beast's purpose was to keep the gods asleep. So you killing the beast, the gods wake up. And one of the gods, okay, all the gods wake up. Shit's starting to go sideways, but particularly in Oriath, one of the gods, I'm blanking out what they're called. The not Maui, the Maui gods, one of the warrior gods, the god of hunger, wakes up and starts wrecking shit, and he has like a death cult, and, you know, burns the chapel, and, you know, shit goes sideways. You fight him, you lose. The exile loses. We go back to Ray class, and pretty much we're going through all the 5 acts again. So, you know, part 1 was acts 1 through 5, part 2 is acts 6 through 10. In Act 6, you come back, you know, characters are shuffled around, gods are awake causing shit and stuff. So, you know, you're the hero, go save some people and start killing gods. And in this case, one of the gods, Sin, the guy who created the beast in the first place, Sin is awake along with everyone else, and he's like, okay, we gotta fix this. You kill the beast, the beast served purpose, but it's like, the beast's existence had unintended consequences. So, you know, like gems, and, you know, like the empires that came from the gems and all that stuff. So the Sin's like, okay, I fucked up, you fucked up, we are both going to fix this. And right now it's just going around killing gods to recreate, you know, like remake the beast effectively. He wants to remake the beast effectively. So you're going around killing gods, you know, dealing with the problem, but collecting essences, and they're gonna, you know, fix things. So let's see, Act 6, go through, fix things. Act 7, you know, people die, move around, new quests, whatever. Same thing with Act 8. You know, it's just like old faces, new faces. You know, I'm not gonna go too much in detail for that right now. I'm in Act 9, more or the same. And then Act 10 is a revisit of Oriath, and that's the Act 10 is the showdown with the God of Hunger, and that's the end of the base game. So acts 1 through 10 plus epilogue, a couple of quests in the epilogue. That's the base game, and then the end game is the Atlas, which is all the maps, all the dungeon run for maps. And yeah, that's the TLDR of it. Oh, son of a bitch.
When I'm ready, and not before.
A lot of stuff happened since beta. I see. Yeah, like I don't know. I couldn't tell you. We'd have to look up the wiki for the exact progress of things, because when I started playing, like, so obviously I played after beta, because when I started playing Path of Exile, the full 10 act structure was in place. So it was acts 1 through 10 when I started playing and stuff. And since I quit, it's like there's been constant ladders since. Yeah, Path of Exile calls them leagues. There's been a bunch of leagues since. And when I started playing, I think the league system just kind of started when I started and stuff. So they had their rotation. I was thinking I could probably look at my spreadsheet and look for my transactions, because I did buy a couple supporter packs and stuff, but that wouldn't be too good of a measure, because I actually was oh shit. I was playing for a while before.
Too much clutter.
I was playing for a while before train thought. I was playing for a while before I made any purchases. So, yeah, I was probably playing like a year or two before even making the first purchase. It's been a while. Because this came out a while ago. And I played it, came out a while ago, I played it for a while, and then I quit a while ago, so everything's kind of just muddled in my head. All vague recollections at this point. This is gonna bug me now. Was it 2015 it came out? Let's see, Path of Exile. Okay, it was released in 2013, so I wasn't too far off, because I was thinking 2015 for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, it came out in 2013. Xbox version came out in 2017. PlayStation, I play PC, so you know, the console release doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so let's see, expansions. Patch 1 was October 2013. Let's see. 1.1 was 2014, 1.2, 1.3 was 2014, 2.0 It was 2015. Okay, let's see. Beta. Okay, I might have started playing in I might have started playing in 2014, because I do distinctly remember, yeah, I do distinctly remember the Forsaken Masters release was new. I do remember this. Yeah, that makes more sense to me the more I think about it. Yeah, because I do remember the 1.3 patch, because I do remember waiting to see the new PvP Master Leo come out. So I do remember this. And so 2.0 was 2015. That was Act 4. Okay, it must have been high. I've been playing this longer than I thought. Man, my memory's starting to go. Man, I've been playing this way longer than I thought. Holy shit. Okay. Huh. Account creation July 2013. Okay, yeah. So you played it the year it came out. Miaru.
You did it! They found it, Bataris! They found it!
By the gods! Garukan's famed Stormblade.
Do you know what this means, my sweets? Once we find the right collector.
Oh, we can go anywhere. Have anything. We will be like royalty.
But the storm inside is a problem. It's too volatile in its current state.
You're right. We can't trade away a weapon of such apocalyptic nature.
This will require some pondering, my love. In the meantime, thank you, Exile. Take your pick of our stock.
Have you ever heard much of the Maraketh legends?
A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone dial.
A Maraketh calendar, said to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologies.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you would never have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, us small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or our collection.
Not be lost beneath the rubble where it benefits no one.
If you were to track the calendar down for us, we would pay you handsomely, Exile.
Yes, we are traders of antiquities after all.
I love Bataria's
Well,
matter.
it took some time, but thanks to our Maraketh neighbors,
And their ancient traditions.
we managed a strain of thaumaturgy to remove the storm from Garukan's blade.
We even bottled it for safekeeping.
We'd rather not trust anyone with this sort of power, but perhaps you can use it to clear away that sandstorm in the desert?
Find out what sort of nasties are hiding out there in the desert and put a stop to them. A noble legionnaire.
But a legionnaire, all the same.
Pataris and I did our research on Adus
We needed to know as much about him and his dig site as possible.
to make sure he was worth our while.
The general was an eternal commander of the Highgate Legion.
He ran a mining camp up here in the mountains. The bastard was the one responsible for controlling Karui, Maraketh, and Ezamite slaves, forcing them into the black bowels of rockfishers in search of gems.
At least he treated them fairly as human beings.
A slave is still a slave, my sweets.
For all his faults, the general appears to have been a good man for his time. It's a shame what happened to him. An even greater shame that by the sounds of things he has come back.
Yes, we'd advise steering clear of his old camp.
Until next time.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Level 50 mana plus 8. 50 mana, 14 and 15. Into the vendor tab you go. Is there anyone in this area? I forget. Let's see. Ruler of Highgate, west. Ruler of Highgate. Quarry. This is not the quarry, is it? This is not the quarry. I think that's the quarry. Let's see, the oasis is over there, the quarry's over there, the quarry needs to go, and that's an optional, so I think clean the sands. Cleans the sands up and first. Ah, shit. Oh, no, wait, it's over there.
Oops, clumsy me.
Ooh, whiff that.
Spoiler alert of the new brand of masters. Nico is my favorite.
You'll get used to the smell after a bit. Might even start to miss it. Curious rock, that sulfite. Only found near the surface. Can't think of any other rock quite like it. Its interesting properties make it tricky to handle. Not many people want or need it. Not many people can stomach the smell. Kept me in business for a good long while, till I ended up in the madhouse. Mostly better now, though. Mostly. Stay in the light.
I As far as the character, as far as like NPCs go and stuff, like they're all good characters. I like them all. They're all colorful. I don't know. The longer this goes on, the more it's like I can't stay mad at you. You're not going to see any more of my money. I can't stay mad at you. Come on. Hop out, you little bastard. Oh. I forgot this is one of those yeah, like knock 6 there was a goat evil goat god where you fought him in different sequences, and it was pretty much like a gauntlet like this. I forgot. I thought it was just the one boss arena. Stop sinking, you bastard. Oh, son of a bitch. That was the exit. Hey, I gotta keep moving. Fuck. I forgot. Gotta keep moving. Can't stay still. Sing in the sand. Motherfucker.
Daughter!
Okay, fight's over. Why am I still singing?
Rest, my child.
Too
Be free
much
from
clutter.
the torments of immortality.
Yes?
Bye.
Level 42, mana 13. 42, 42, 42, 42, mana 14, 17, 13. To the vendor tab you go.
A mother's keen heart shall bleed into the dreams of her daughter. Once a beauty who held captive the hearts of men and women alike, Shikari's splendor decayed into lust for the power possessed by her skyborn mother. My daughter once sought out such power within the great sands of this desert. Ever determined, she found it, and it made of her the twisted creature you so mercifully dispatched. Driven by agony and shame, She built an army out here in these sweltering lands, and would have conquered the very sky had not the beast soothed her into peaceful oblivion. A babe once more, sleeping in her cradle.
List duration poisons. What do I have currently? You and your minions. Okay. Yeah, you and your minions will always take priority. Okay. So. What am I doing? Okay, I need to finish out my elemental resistances. Last one for elemental resistant passives. And the rest are going to have to be from items. I'm going to do after. Yeah, probably focus on life. Life stat, because goddamn, I'm getting one-shotted. Ugh, one-shotting hurts. Much like my reflux right now. Jesus Christ. What time is... Oh shit, Kirsch is on in 15 minutes. Okay. Get back to town. Okay. Well, yeah, crochet on in a bit. I'm gonna run some errands and get comfy for Tangent Friday. Fancy Fox Fuck Friday. God bless. So, thanks for coming. Take it easy. And I'll catch you later. Peace.